So this is discovercanadarving.ca. We are going to be installing a Maxxar fan and replacing this vent. It's not a fan, it's just a vent. So I'm going to be installing a Maxxar fan 10-speed fan into here. There is no power, so I will be feeding 12 volts to it as well. So I pulled off the cover on the inside, and you can see, this is my fan. Next to right now it's turned upside down. Yes, a manual control. Plus, as you can see, there is a remote control that comes with it. So I'll be heading up on top of the roof and working on this project now. There's a couple pieces of OSB, and I set that on the roof to kneel on to redistribute my weight a little bit better, so I'm not putting too much pressure on certain spots of the roof. So we're going to scrape off this auto leveling caulking and access the screws, and then clean all this up so our new fan can fit in there with a watertight seal. These are the pads I made mention of earlier. This is what I'll be leaning on to help distribute the weight. I'm not putting too much stress on any particular location. I mean, the shade here might make this a little difficult to see, but you can see where the screws are. You see where the caulking is. And this here other caulking is going to be a little bit harder to get off, simply because it's on the fabric here. But to access the screws right now, it's been fairly straightforward. So we'll see how it goes from there. So I heard this job could be extremely ugly or not bad. So I'm kind of hoping for the not bad. As you can see, I've taken all the caulking off of here. I gotta go get a Phillips screwdriver. I thought these would be Robinson, but they're not. So I basically scraped that bit away with a screwdriver. It appears it's helped if your blade is very rigid to dig in there, so it doesn't bend on you. Anyway, so what I'm hoping to do is be able to pull the vent off and then maybe scrape all the other stuff off. And you have to scrape it off. It's just, we're going to see how difficult it is, but we'll try and get the vent off, and then we'll go from there. And literally that was maybe 10 minutes worth of work. I don't think the rest will go this easy, but you never know. As you can see now, I've got all the screws taken out. So it's just a matter of lifting up the tin and the vent and see what happens from there. So hopefully this part will go well. So you can see here, this here is the tin. And you've got butyl tape down here. So we're just going to take it up nice and gently. I don't want to ruin the membrane of the roof. Nice and slow. Let's just try taking this from the other side now. Again, nice and slow. I don't want to make any more work for myself than I already have. Okay, as you can see, it's off. It is off. The plan now is to peel all this off all the way around and get myself a nice flush surface to work upon, because I have to come back with a nice good seal to prevent my water from seeping in. So far so good. As you can see, I am peeling off the caulking and the butyl tape. It's not going badly. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much of this is going to come off. No matter what, you need a good seal, but we'll judge that when the time comes. But like for now, it's not coming off badly, so we'll go with that. Well, my little mind, I think I'm done. I got the butyl tape taken off completely, and the caulking has been taken off, most of it. It's fairly level. I'm going to go get my fan and have it sit in there and see what it looks like, and see how much tape I need to put on there, etc., and how much space it'll cover. But I'm quite happy the way it came off. A fair bit of work, but probably about an hour worth of planing and scraping. As you can see, that's my pile of caulking, etc. So okay, I bought the butyl tape underneath here, and I just set it in, just measurements to make sure it's centered. Just a matter of screwing it down and then putting that auto leveling caulking. This is a Lidcore, I believe it's called actually. It's a lap sealant. It's self-leveling, so it flattens out with gravity. As you can see, I've gotten all the screws down, caulked on now. I'm going to caulk around here and just fill up in this area here. And the corner I had to cut out a little bit because I have a solar panel there, so should have installed this before I did my panel. Anyway, so we're going to caulk it. Okay, I've got the caulking down. Probably a little bit more than what I need, but some of the spots that didn't come really clean, I wanted to overlap them. So anyways, I had the caulking. I hope never to do this again. So we're gonna power it up downstairs, and hopefully away we go. And this is going to make our bedroom a lot more comfortable. So we'll plug it in and see if she goes, and she should, so we'll go from there. So here's the finished product. Glad to say it works like a charm. I'm a little concerned about voltage, but I'm reading about 13.6 volts, so it doesn't seem to bother it. So that's good. And as you can see, you do have a remote control with it, so there you go. A little noisy opening the lid, but that's fine. It's seems to run really well. I got a whole bunch of windows or doors open, so you can't really tell how much air it's pulling, but That's 100%. It's not very noisy. That's about 50% there. The only thing I got to do now is probably put a cover over, because you're going to get too much light coming in the evening, so it could be a little hard to sleep. This is the remote control that came with the Maxxar fan. We've mounted it in the corner, easy for my wife to reach and control it. Auto. The lid opens, fan starts up to try and cool the trailer. Hello, I'm Greg Johnston with Discover Canada RVing. In the back bedroom, there's going to be a lot of light coming through the cover, a lot of daylight, so it's going to be very difficult to sleep. So we went back to Amazon and purchased this cover, black cover, for the fan, and it has solved our problems. It's nice and dark in here now. As you can see, this is our new Maxxair fan cover for the fan we just installed in the back of our toy hauler. Very easy to install on this new fan. As you can see, there's clips. One there just slides in, the other one there on the other, and then you've got two on the other side. You can also take this down. Easy to take off to clean it if you wish. But it's a great, because it blocks all the sun. So it's been a real win. The fan, the Maxxair fan, we'll put a link down below, as well as a link for this Maxxair cover for the fan. And like I said, the cover makes it very nice because it blocks all the daylight. Well worth the investment.